Greetings, Stephen Kelly here, August 4th. Just a short message. This situation in the world is getting really beyond retarded, but I suppose as it gets more retarded, it works in our favor. But we have our Speaker of the House here in the United States, Mike Johnson, I guess his name is. What a fucking retard that guy is. In Israel, at the Wailing Wall, saying such retarded things as, gosh, I can't even quote him. I'm going to have to paraphrase, but essentially that Scripture compels us to support Israel. Scripture compels us to support Israel. That somehow our criminal enabling or our conspiracy to enable this incredibly horrible genocidal entity is something that the Bible, our religion, our belief that God has somehow commanded this to be done. It's really unfortunate that the people here in the United States or other places in the world have allowed themselves to reach such an extreme level of retardation where they believe that the Creator, God the Creator, wrote a book or had something to do with a book that has something to do with supporting genocide by being committed by the Khazar Rothschild mafia. He made another comment here, equally retarded, regarding the West Bank. House Speaker says West Bank, quote, rightful property of Jewish people. He said this in a settler conference. Settler conference. Settlers. It's a nice name for criminal invaders, kind of like calling illegal immigrants or refugees or whatever. It's semantics. But the bottom line is that you've got to be completely brain dead and retarded to use a piece of mythology, a text that was allegedly written under the guidance of God, to basically tell you how to perform or create policy today, 2000 something years later. So, once again, it just shows how the enemy, in this case Satan, Lucifer, can use your stupidity, your naivete, your desire to believe in something foolish, a myth, and use that against you over and over and over and over. Absolutely insane. I mean, the very fact that you've allowed this tiny little percentage of blood sucking demons to achieve so much power and wealth, especially in the United States, to wage world wars. I'm so sick of my country being chastised across the world because of this tiny minority that somehow you people believe it because of a book, a mythological book. It's pretty bad. Well, I will say one thing positive, and that is that a lot of you are waking up and you're realizing this is insane, it is retarded, and you're starting to realize that this pedophilia thing, the human blood sacrifice rituals, they're all there. You can't hide this stuff. It's just like you can't hide right now the fact that these so-called Israelites, these so-called Hebrews, these so-called chosen people are actually the Nazis. Like in Ukraine, which is where most of these Khazars are located right now, except for the ones in Russia, naturally. There was a football game, soccer match in Ukraine between two Ukrainian teams, and photographs were taken of these guys doing Nazi salutes. Just using the word Nazi is unacceptable in social media. But when people, users, viewers start asking Grok and other AI programs about this football game, and if this was true, if this was something that was actually happening, were Ukrainian football teams actually doing the Sig Heil at the game to celebrate a win? And Grok came out and said that this was in Croatia, not in Ukraine. People came back and said, "What? Are you sure about this?" And Grok said, "Oh, wait a minute, I made a mistake. I made a mistake. This is artificial intelligence." Now, in this case, it's not a mistake, it's a lie. What's actually happening is more and more, as we are confronting these so-called arbiters of truth, these electronic arbiters of truth, as we confront them more and more, we're finding that they're either going to lie or they're going to outright deny their ability to provide an answer because of their programming and their need for keeping the peace. It's kind of like Ryan Ruth, the guy that was caught trying to assassinate Trump on the golf course in Florida. Apparently, all information concerning this assassination attempt is going to be classified as national security. Why? Because he was sent by Ukraine, a country that this country supports. This is no different than them trying to convince you that these Slavic Ukrainians are not Nazis and that they're not Jews at the same time. Starting to wake up, people. It's like in 2017 when I reported to the FBI that there was 100,000 children underneath the Getty Museum, and yet we're seeing disclaimers now. We're seeing fact checkers coming out like reporting that, well, the Getty says that's not true. Yeah, the Getty says that's not true. The perpetrator, the criminal, the representatives of the criminal say it's not true. The FBI, who I've demanded to investigate, won't talk about it, won't talk to me. Well, they'll accuse me of treason, but they won't do anything except for classify this as national security. Again, why? And of course, these fucking AIs will tell you that there's nothing going on because the LAPD says it's false. No investigation. They say it's false. The Getty says it's false, and the FBI says it's false. These institutions are completely controlled by the enemy. The entire country is controlled by the enemy. We are living in a country that is a satanic, disgusting monster. And more people are waking up to this fact. It's really simple. If disclosing the fact that the United States is a country that is run by, for, what's it a good word, and with pedophiles, it's a pedophile nation. I mean, if disclosing that fact is going to bring this country down, if the national security of this country is dependent on keeping the pedophile activity secret, then this country needs to come down. It needs to be destroyed. There is nothing left to save. Nothing left. So every day that goes by, more and more children are killed. You're slowly waking up. It's got to happen faster, people. That's all I can say. And as long as you cling to the mythology and you support these demons, nothing's going to get better. Anyway, that's all. Just some observations. You guys have a great day.